Hi YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to today's toy review. Today is actually going to be quite a bit of a bonus video though today because, well, I've already done another toy review recently about 5 PM I think it was. But anyways, I'm actually filming this toy review at around 9:50. Hopefully it will jump to at least around 10 o'clock. So let me just go ahead and grab the webcam. And actually, yes, I haven't got that much flip-up toys at the moment though, but what I do have is actually a couple of merchandise. And also something legitimate as well, and there's also a bit more bonus stuff as well. So let's start off with these two, I'll just say Easter cards. They look quite cool. Who would ever thought Easter 2022 would pretty much be the worst event of the whole year? Well, no, get ready because look at those cards. Of course, yes, we've got what it looks like to be a bunny rabbit, and the other one, of course, on the other side is some sort of Easter chick that looks like something out of a game called Can You... Oh wait, is it called Can Your Pet? I'm hoping I've got the name correct though. I got a funny feeling... Wow, grody game, wasn't it though? I haven't played Can Your Pet though, but I have heard of people playing that game, and it actually became a viral sensation for many online gamers though, on YouTube. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at this one here. I hare you not to grind my ears off. Yes, that's what it literally says. I hare you not to grind my ears off, because you know why? This bunny rabbit looks like he's got like gears on his eyes. Oh my goodness me, maybe not his eye sockets, but there you go. Look at that, his eyes are pretty much in the shape of a cog or a gear. How strange is that? Maybe some kind of inanimate object kind of bunny rabbit, but hey, he sort of looks pretty cool. Well, maybe these eyes aren't that inanimate whenever I think of it though. That's the word I was having trouble saying anyway. Of course he's got his buck tooth though, as bunnies often tend to have. And there's his little paws there, little bunny paws. I don't know if it's a he or she. I'm just guessing, eh? Of course, yes, it's got some bunny ears. Pretty fantastic looking bunny looking tail. Of course he's got like whiskers on that side here as well. And there's actually a bit of a joke here. It says, what day makes bunnies go grumpy? Here's a very simple answer. Bad hair day! Oh man, I feel like I'll be banging for bunnies though, rather than banging for buck though. But there you go. This is actually quite a very nice looking set though. But yeah, overall the way it's all setting up though, this layout though, whenever I think about the two Love From and Love Voting sort of setup, it looks quite nice. And also you get Happy Easter. There's a bit of a bonus. And then you've also got a couple of Easter eggs which look like that. In fact, actually, you know, whenever I was making this video, I actually did some research on Easter cards for 2022 because there were so many Easter cards out there and I didn't notice that so much though. And, crikeys, I would have never thought I'll be making more Easter stuff. How weird is that? I don't know if I got about 5 or 6 Easter items at the moment. But I'm actually just so pleased and happy that I'm actually, you know, going back on doing, you know, Easter 2022 themed toys because, you know, we need to keep the event running or else it will just go bust. And actually there's a very strange reading there. There's a bit of a date there. I never knew that, yes, Easter 2022 had a very strange date of the 14th of March to the 17th of April 2022. Now, yes, this really overlaps St. Patrick's Day. And yes, speaking of St. Patrick's Day, 17th of April pretty much marks off 1 month after St. Patrick's Day in March. What a strange coincidence. And there you go, you can even do a silhouette of a bunny rabbit, and I gotta tell you what, it really looks quite cool whenever you see this card in that shape. I love it a lot. I bet you what, I hare you not to grind my gears off, or should I say, my ears off, because you know why, it looks like the text is pretty much resembling, well, it's not really that gory for a card though. I could have changed it into a different colour. But nevertheless, it looks quite cool. Let's take a look at this one here. This cute looking chick there. It looks like something out of the Duolingo owl, I believe. You know that language app? But there you go. It's called, remember, never count your chickens until they're hatched. Yes, it's got like eyes, of course. Looks pretty cute. I don't know why he's got like eyes like that. Maybe he's resembling some sort of, I don't know, he might be resembling some sort of generic movie type bird from a random CGI franchise. Of course he's got like a very weird bird beak at the front there. which is actually made of origami paper, if you actually didn't realise that. And on the back, there you go, that's what it looks like. And what's also quite strange is that this card is made in China. Oh, I didn't expect that though, eh? Made in the People's Republic of China. How weird is that? But yes, once again, what's even more strange is apart from the fact that this card is made in China, it runs from the 14th of March to the 17th of April 2022. What another strange coincidence. Well, I suppose, let's just go ahead and, I would just say, I don't know what I'm saying here, eh? Let's just open this one up, as I've already just did. But there you go. I'm not sure if you can see the word 2, but there it is. 2, love fun, love votings. Happy Easter! In fact, it could have added even more detailings like that though, like Easter eggs and what though, but I'm just pretty much, you know, just bone lazy. But there you go. There's something I just wrote. There's a bit of a quote here. It says, "Remember, you must never count your chickens until they hatch." Yes, don't count your chickens until they hatch. Maybe I need to go back and make, you know, products that contain chickens. Am I? Alright, that was just pretty much about it with all those Easter cards. But the fun isn't over yet, because you know why? Not just for that merchandise, I've also got a couple of other items I might show you. Okay, so yes, we're going to take a look at... Oh, do you see what's on the ground there? Look at that! I've got 2 Club Penguin themed books, hooray! I just can't believe it. This was actually given away by a person called James that I met at the centre. And yes, there's actually 2 different books. This one here is called The Ultimate Official Guide to Club Penguin, or should I say Disney Club Penguin, because yes, this franchise overall at the time was pretty much owned by Disney before Disney pretty much made the franchise gone to cark mode, or should I say it's pretty much made the franchise all carked now. In a sense, it's a bit of a very long time ago franchise that used to be around, but sadly isn't really legitimate because Disney pretty much exploited workers for money, of course. And yes, that's pretty much, you know, the sad factor is that, you know, well, Club Penguin declined its popularity, and yes, jobs were lost. And yes, as we all know, on the 30th of March, or the 29th of March, or the 31st of March 2017, of course, yes, as we all know, Club Penguin is shut down. As, sadly enough, this legitimate franchise, well, Disney carked it. In a matter of fact, I just don't know what I'm doing here at the moment though, but let me just show you how much these books cost. Ah, they look almost the same. We've got like a penguin riding on a jetpack. This one here is of course the Volume 1 book though, which in a sense, if you bought Club Penguin stuff, you would have unlocked items online. And yes, it costs about £5.99 or £6, which is actually quite nice. And the other one here, this one here is of course a 2010 licensed product. This one here is a 2009 licensed book. Both of these are books of course. And this one here is an expanded edition type book there as well. As you can see, once again, it's the awesome official guide to Disney Club Penguin. And this book has actually had in fact both books had a bit of love, because obviously this was given away by a person, as I said earlier before, James, of course, yes, thank you so much. And this book here, Volume 1, used to include a fold-up poster. Now, because it's Volume 1, I can guarantee to you that there's other volumes along the way here, other than Volume 1. Has anyone seen Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4, Volume 5, Volume 6? I don't know, please leave a comment, because I'm, you know, quite curious about this franchise, in the sense that, yes, we all know that Club Penguin was the major basis of my own franchise, Penguin Club World, hooray! And also, what's also another hooray for me is that both of these books are also, guess what, they're actually printed in Slovakia, not China, hooray! I just can't believe it though, this is so much better, printed in Slovakia, I just can't believe it. And yes, both of these books are pretty much licensed to Ladybug Books, who provides this. Of course, yes, you've got the contents. I don't know how much I can pretty much show you around, because overall, whenever you start reading, you know, these books, it gives you a bit of a very good, you know, how would you say it, vision, in a way. You start to take a look, you get a bit of a very good sense on what you're looking at. You get a nice feel into the book. you see the artwork overall, you know, you just really want to scream. I'm just thinking, oh my God, Penguin back! How dare Disney would just do such a stupid thing though! But there you go, this is what I'm actually talking about. Overall, I've got a funny feeling that this book is, overall I'm just showing you, this is volume 1. Yeah, I've just double checked that it is volume 1. This book here has got a lot of very cool, pieces of information though, and there's also some very good tips as well if you want to do games as well. And you've also got some very weird facts from on Arctic. Now, I don't know about you, but it is quite an amazing franchise. In fact, yes, Club Penguin, overall I think I've got a funny feeling that when I was into Club Penguin overall, yes, it's been quite a trendy video game franchise though, in recent times though. And in fact, the other game I can actually relate to, back in the 2010s era, Club Penguin was not only just a game that I used to play. In fact, I used to have an account called Redbird 888 or 888. But yeah, it was quite an amazing video game franchise. In fact, I used to remember getting like a membership card. And mind you what, I've got a funny feeling that, the fan base will grow even if Disney has made the franchise completely cut. And yes, we all know that Club Penguin's pretty much, a franchise where you can adopt puffles, play different video games, and most importantly, chat to people. And I think that's one of the best fundamental things about this game. In fact, this used to be quite trendy though, and in fact, yes, I've got a funny feeling that since it's a Volume 1 version of, the other one I might take a look at later on, this is pretty much a very fantastic looking book. Not only it's got some very elaborate information right over there, which talks about different types of places and all sorts of events as well. But yes, it is actually quite nice though, just to, rediscover, all of these moments that people had a very huge, it had a very huge impact there. In fact, Club Penguin, whenever I think about this franchise, it's pretty much one that has made a very, 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 very large impact. In fact, it has made a very large impact on people, especially those on the Gen Z era. But yes, it is quite amazing. It also talks about the history as well. Yes, I got a funny feeling by referring to different dates, such as May 2006. Wow, that was a long time ago. Crockies, Club Penguin would have occurred at the same time as YouTube, although with that being said, it actually came out in October of 2005. Whereas YouTube actually came out in February of 2005, so I just can't believe that things have been changing so rampantly these days. And there you go, these are the puffballs. Of course, you can pretty much do anything, I suppose. And there you go, these are all the different puffballs that you can pretty much have though. In fact, it's quite an elaborate book. And there's all kinds of quizzes that you can pretty much, go for as well. Some of these are factual, others are pretty much, opinionated. Because, I can tell you what, all of these facts are quite nice indeed. It is really, really cool just to see, all sorts of facts, all sorts of different, quizzes where you can opinionate, of course. And it's just, pretty much shows you the, it pretty much shows you the emphasis of the whole game that it used to be. Club Penguin overall was pretty much the jewel of the crown when it comes into people's nostalgia. And I bet you what, I think the Gen Z era would pretty much know this more so than, let's just say, the Alpha generation. But yes, I could definitely say otherwise. But yes, I've got a funny feeling that in the way that this book has been printed, it's just not only just so good into the hands and nice to look at, but it's also pretty much detailed in a sense that that's a bit of a very weird itchiness going on here, eh? But yes, this book really does have, all sorts of, very good images, but also some very, very wonderful pieces of, information as well, which talk about, the places that used to be around in the game. And of course, the funniest thing with me was that, yes, back then, when I did Club Penguin as a person before I started on YouTube in 2018, which in a sense was probably one of the worst years I would have started though, in my opinion though, but of course, yes, I used to play all kinds of games like Catching Waves. This was one I used to remember though, and crikey, I would have never thought, this looks like something out of MS Paint, that penguin. That's a very strange rendition of a brown Club Penguin surfing on a surfboard. And normally surfboards aren't really that, you know, how would you say it, buffy white in colour with a red stripe though. How strange is that? And of course, yes, there's some more other pieces of detailing and information as well. The artwork is also pretty much amazing. I mean, this is just pretty much bringing back some memories though, and I bet you what, there'll be loads and loads of YouTubers today who would probably be either teenagers or adults watching this, and they'll have like some kind of trip back memory lane in time when the franchise was complete gold. Like, I mean, it was complete gold in, I would just say, in 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011 and 2012, and also 2013. But mind you, I think in the year 2013... Oh, did I just miss a page? Oh, there's the Jetpack Adventure game. That looks pretty cool, eh? You know, I actually prefer the penguins, which actually look more like that. And also, those ones there. I might take a look at the other book later on as I'm making in this very crazily long video, of course. And, you know, I've got a funny feeling that, you know, Club Penguin pretty much is, how would you say it though, when it comes into, you know, how would you say it though, social gaming, it really is kind of like a taste of not only just social media, but one of the best things about this game is that, you know, it pretty much shows you the epitome of the whole game though. In fact, it pretty much has a lot of, not only just opportunities just to be formulated with, but the other thing about this book is, since the franchise has pretty much aged well, yes, I've got a funny feeling that the way I'm actually handling this book is actually really, really good. Yes, we've got ice fishing as well, and I've got a funny feeling that this franchise, I bet you what, it really is gonna, you know, pretty much pay such great big respect to a lot of people though. But the other thing is that I could also say about this franchise is that it's also going to make a very large impact on people's franchises. In fact, there's so much information here. Of course, you get the dojo, you get the secret agent headquarters and stuff. And mind you, the artwork, it's just like, you just want it. You know, that's one of the best fundamental parts about this franchise. And it's just so amazing. And I just can't believe it there. And I'm just showing you the overall book though, because, you know, one of the best things about this book is that, you know, it's not only just lavishly detailed, but it also just feels nice into the hand. And also the artwork as well, it just emphasizes the complete and utter nostalgia that the franchise has been impacting on people's lives. And this is pretty much, you know, something that, you know, this is really, really nice though. It also has some different rules as well on how to play the game, and also some different, you know, features. It's basically a book that if you're in Club Penguin, you can pretty much, yes, if you were in Club Penguin, if you can pretty much use this as a very important guide though. In fact, it's a very, very important tool though, if you want to go ahead and not only just discover, but also for first time players of this game. Yes, it was quite nice though. In fact, there were so many different events. Of course, yes, there was, oh my goodness me, all kinds of events and all sorts of items that you can also obtain in the game as well though. And it's just amazing though. And funnily enough, maybe it's best, of course, yes, maybe it's best for me though, just to, I would just say it, have a look at, I might as well pretty much cover this one here. I might as well cover the best buddies part though, because I don't want to pretty much, you know, just, you know, I mean, it's secret squirrel, because I can't be pretty much, you know, how would you say it though, pretty much review it to you though. I'm just kidding though. Maybe I should reveal the best buddies part though, because, well, Club Penguin has sadly died, and You know why? Disney carts the franchise on purpose. Because of money. How stupid it was. But there you go. There's some of the favourites that this person has been talking about. And the favourite Club Penguin character and all sorts of items as well. It looks pretty amazing. All sorts of different information as well. Done by that one person. And funnily enough, there's actually a very weird, funny stickman drawing. It looks like some kind of dumb drawing there. It says, big heads. Oh, God. What? What the frick is that? What is that? What is that? Oh my God, is that some sort of... I don't know what vehicle is that though. Is that like he's running up towards him though? Or is it... is he electrocuted? I don't know. It's like he's pretty much getting distracted by that truck though. I don't know what that drawing explains to me though, but... that is actually pretty humorous. Okay, that's actually quite a very nice looking book, of course. Let me just take a look at the second one, of course, next. And yes, this is pretty much a very good, there you go. Look how big this book is. You know, there's actually loads and loads of different pieces of information though. And there you go, this is just amazing though. And I got a funny feeling that, as I said before though, you know, this is actually quite good though. It has some very similar information though to the Volume 1 book though, but the other thing about this book is that whenever you look at it, it is actually a bit much more of an extension to what we had though before though. So yes, it's quite amazing on how awesome the book is. And as I said before though, like the first book that I've just had a look at, this also shows you the utter emphasis of how Club Penguin used to be. Sadly, Disney pretty much made a very totally bad rip-off. In fact, there was a very bad sequel though called Club Penguin Island, and in fact, it was more of a 3D world though that you can pretty much, you know, play in a very similar way to Club Penguin though, the original game though. But sadly, it was nothing compared to this. Okay, so the rest of the whole franchise, the original Club Penguin franchise, sadly got carked. Yes, because Disney pretty much, how would you say it, laid off quite a few workers, in fact, a lot of workers, sadly to say. But yes, it is just amazing on how much Club Penguin has been, you know, it's just so cool on how much impact this franchise really has been though. In fact, it looks totally and utterly awesome. You know, I could just talk about many, many amazing things about not only just this book, but also the book that I've already had a look at though, which was the Volume 1 book. This here that I'm actually having a look at is the expanded edition, which is pretty much nice because, you know, I know the book is pretty much laid out in a very simplistic sort of format, but one of the best things about this book is that it also shows you all of the specific features that the game has. You know, it also includes all sorts of different mini games as well. Yes, that looks quite cool. Of course, yes, you've also got some very different types of information about the characters as well. And it's well worth a read though. In fact, it's something that, you know, makes us people from different generations quite nostalgic with such sorrow. Not only that, but it also gives us the amount of euphoria that we have into our hearts there. In fact, that's something that we all want to yearn for. You know, a lot of people though, we're just pretty much yearning for, you know, Club Penguin to be back there. I think this is pretty much something that, you know, that we fans have been pondering about. Like, when is the actual Disney Club Penguin game going to be though? But it really is pretty much, you know, just a franchise which has gone off the boil though, because, well, it's been a franchise that a lot of Gen Z type people like me, overall had a major impact. And it's just so nice. Oh, there's a sneaky puffle there. That's quite sneaky, that puffle. But yes, overall it just goes to show you how much emphasis of the franchise. I don't know why I'm actually pretty much saying it so many times though, but Of course, yes, as we all know, just to appease fans though for Club Penguin, or not to appease fans for the Club Penguin franchise, I do know there has been some other people though who have actually been creating, you know, private service of Club Penguin though. I know I used to remember one that actually used to be called Club Penguin Online. I think the most current one I think we've got at the moment though is Club Penguin Rewritten, which in a sense is pretty much like, well, it's basically a private server, and it's basically Club Penguin, how do you say it, revamped after the discontinuation of the franchise that Disney has made it completely, well, just say it, dead as a dodo. In fact, it's just completely and utterly, you know, it really does have that melancholy feel though. In fact, whenever you look at Club Penguin, yes, I could tell you what, there's so many things I could just show you everything there, you know. It's just, it just goes to show you how much, you know, how much you can pretty much spend your time, not only just to see the different tutorials and stuff, but also show you how the game actually works. If you would have read the whole, you know, book, and also if you would have been a very big fan of the franchise. And overall though, in fact, during my childhood though, I used to be, you know, pretty much a person who had a big dose of Club Penguin stuff. Well, overall though, actually I didn't collect any merchandise. Well, I actually bought a membership card at that time for just 1 month. But yes, nevertheless, overall there's some more information here. I should have done that with the first book, didn't I? Shouldn't I? But yes, it is actually quite amazing just to show you what we've got. In fact, what's also quite funny about this book is that it seems to be a little more detailed than the other book. And there's some other very cool gags though. In fact, this book was actually made just before the brown puffer was added into the game though. But yes, it is actually quite amazing now, and this is just really, really good though. Whenever I think about the way that this, I don't know, that this book really has though. Into my hands though. And there you go, as we've seen that one before, haven't we? Caring for your Puffle though. These, oh my goodness me, is that the old graphics on what Puffles used to look like in the game? Up there. Overall, it just screams up to me like mid to late 2000s vibes though, but also like, you know, possibly like early 2010s vibes though, because this was a game which I'd consider as a major, well, let's just say a very, 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 very major franchise for many Gen Z type people in, I would just say, in the 2010s, but also like in the mid to late 2000s. If you were like the very first person who would have played this franchise, of course. But yes, this is actually quite nice. We're getting all sorts of encore events though, and I have to say it's very elaborate. It really is quite a lavish feel. And I bet you what, sadly I don't know about you, but it seems like that Club Penguin has really lost everything though as a legitimate franchise when Disney carved it. I mean, it's just pretty much, you know, just disheartening just to think of it. But, well, obviously the best aspect about this franchise is that I can actually say is that, as I said before, it had a very positive impact overall though. In fact, it was quite mixed. Of course, yes, there were some controversies about the franchise, if I remember though. There were some controversies though, for all of the wrong reasons when Club Penguin was shown in the news though, before though, as a franchise. I know there was that more recent one which you know, talked about the private service of Club Penguin, but the other thing I've also found was, of course, you got the Catching Waves game, the Surfing Bird game. I love that game. But yes, it's actually, oh, I love this artwork. Just shows you how much, you know, vitality for such a franchise like that. And if I remember, there must have been one quote in my head though. I feel like I'm pondering something in my head there, because there's actually one quote that I actually thought in my head, and I'm just thinking, you know, if Club Penguin wasn't really discontinued, and if Club Penguin was back, you know, if Club Penguin was back though, throughout the rest of this whole, you know, I know we've got Club Penguin rewritten, but if the legitimate Disney Club Penguin game was brought back again, back up and running again, it would have recovered humanity. But yet again, I'm just pretty much making it up though, but I believe it was derived from some sort of person from YouTube. In fact, this is actually quite weird though. Actually, they call the ducks seagulls. That's weird. I've double checked the Hydro Hopper game, but yes, it's quite funny that the ducks are called seagulls. I don't know why, but this is actually quite a fantastic looking game though here. And it looks, I would have never thought that this is actually quite once again, a very elaborate game. Although, once again, it's got some very similar, you know, features to the Volume 1 game. Oh goodness me, there's all kinds of, you know, different types of items that you can obtain. And this is just, most importantly about the Club Penguin characters, it also shows you what they're actually doing. Like, this one's pretty much on the move, this one's playing football, and this one's doing, like, push-ups. That brown penguin. Bet you what, this yellow penguin's going real fast. Like Sonic. But there you go, there's some more of those other pieces of artwork that you can see. It just goes to show you that this is really amazing. It also pretty much... Oh, join the rescue squad, look at that penguin. Look, he's grabbing his foot though. Oh, isn't that pretty painful for such a moment like this? Oh well. Overall, this game really does not only just had a major impact on the way people play, but it also has brought up with different types of, you know, different, you know, emotions as well though. Like, if people found it quite positive, then there's a whole ton of euphoria, but also a lot of laughter. You know, there's a lot of comedy going on there. There's the ice fishing game, and a lot of hilarity as well though too. But if they found the game quite, you know, pretty much, well, let's just say it, negative though, well, overall, they would have found it a lot more, they would have found the game crass, or completely inundated with people who are being extremely nasty. Or it could be something else. But anyways, there's the Huckleberry page, that looks pretty cool. Lovely artwork though. I just can't believe that the way this book though has been done though. Oh yes, we're going to the dojo. Hoo-yah! But yes, that looks pretty nice. Hoo-yah! We got ninjas involved. Oh yes, I didn't realise there was a ninja hideout in this game here too. And yes, I got a funny feeling that, yes, I definitely say the Kaijutsu aspect was probably one of the best moments so far in the game. And even the Elite Penguin Force, where you can actually, of course, become a secret agent. I do know that there was some games produced by Nintendo, which had Club Penguin themes. Like, there was like an Elite Penguin Force game though. In fact, a lot of Elite Penguin Force games developed for the Nintendo DS, I think, back at that time though. Correct me if I'm wrong though, but yes, it's just amazing on how massively impacted a franchise like Club Penguin has done. And I've just got a funny feeling that, you know, I'm just starting to ponder into my head though that if Club Penguin has become the franchise that sadly got carked by Disney itself, but has brought so much nostalgia and also such an impact, well, can there be another franchise that looked very similar to this? And if not, will there be another chance if the legitimate Club Penguin franchise will be back up and running by Disney? I'm hoping this will pretty much be the ultimate dream for everyone. And if Disney does pretty much relaunch Club Penguin as a legitimate franchise, well, I'm just pretty much guessing that maybe the private servers can pretty much say, I think that's pretty much about it, so maybe just either leave it, or else we can pretty much, or maybe as another option, just pretty much scrap everything. But anyways, it really just goes to show you how much, you know, so much information. And in fact, wow, after delving onto these two books, I feel like this is full on. And mind you, not only full on as just while reading those books, but I'm just so glad, I'm just really amazed on how detailed this book is. And I mean, this is just really, really amazing there. And I mean, Club Penguin as a franchise has been aging well though, ever since like the 2010s and the 2000s, even though the franchise has been discontinued by Disney as a legitimate franchise. But yes, wow, what a game Club Penguin it was. What a game indeed. And I bet you what, I bet there'll be loads and loads of people who will be watching this on my YouTube channel stating that after the crass move by Disney discontinuing this franchise, I've got a funny feeling that everyone's pretty much yearning and craving for this franchise. And in fact, boy oh boy, how could I even tell everyone? In fact, yes, this book overall has been played. In fact, the rest of the pages, as I've been handling both this book here and also the Volume 1 book, of course it does talk about the characters and the school as well. But what I do know about this book is that whenever I think of it, it looks not only just pretty much nice, but it is nice, as always, as per usual. I know the front covers have been loved by, which in a sense, as you can see, it's a bit, you know, a bit creased like that though, in the way the books have been like that. But nevertheless, despite the amount of love, the rest of the pages, they've actually been, how would you say, very, very good in condition. They're actually very good in condition. How would you say, very excellent and very good in condition. I can't see any rippings, dings and scratches, and my goodness me, this book may have had a lot of love on the front covers, but boy oh boy, those books, they were just amazing. Not only they were amazing while reading them, but the other great aspect about these books is that I can't see anything that has been completely deteriorated. What a gem. What a winner for those two. In fact, I'll definitely say these two books are pretty much the jewel of the crown of what we used to see was a very good franchise that has sadly been carved out by Disney. If only if Disney could have never annihilated this amazing nostalgic franchise, and if only if the popularity of this franchise would have been super trendy back then, well, I don't know what I'm saying here, it would have kept the franchise well over, and also pretty much well alive. That's pretty much one of the best things I've been talking about this franchise. In fact, of course, yes, in my 2010s childhood, Club Penguin was not only just the other franchise I've been heavily impacted, but I do know there's other franchises like Angry Birds. That's a good franchise. Maybe Cut the Rope. That was also another good franchise. And maybe the Talking Friends apps, meh. Maybe not that, you know, that cat on the app though. You know, Talking Tom. That's the one that really made my friend ticked off though, of course. But yes, I do see the opinions with what they tend to pretty much rejoice in. I do know, I would definitely say that maybe Club Penguin, Angry Birds, probably Lego Ninjago. That was also another franchise I've also got, you know, completely and utterly heavily impacted though. In fact, it was another franchise, Lego Ninjago. You know, it was a very hot toy brand though. And, you know, all of the items from that one franchise, they were completely running off the shelves. But boy oh boy, what an amazing franchise it was, Club Penguin. I'd definitely say, maybe the other franchise I might probably say My Little Pony. But yes, yeah, speaking of different franchises very similar to My Little Pony, you know Strawberry Shortcake, as I was actually talking about in previous videos. Guess what? It's a bit of a shocker for you, but it's actually quite awesome. I'm going to grab my webcam. Look at this! Oh my goodness me! Oh, would you look at that, guys? I've actually printed out, well, actually, I actually didn't print out this picture here. And this is actually illustrated by Ivan Lee. I should have just put it up digitally. Yes, digitally illustrated, though, because as you can see, it's basically a picture of Strawberry Shortcake and the 5 girls, of course, is including herself. It's basically a drawing. I don't know about you, but whenever you look at this picture, it is just amazing. Of course, yes, you get like a very weird flag of Strawberry Shortcake, and it actually says, look what it says, support her forever. That's a very strange looking flag they designed, with the number 4 though, as a bit of a pun. I don't know if I'm going to name them all, but if I'm going to have a go, let's just have a look though, if I need to get the camera Sorry, I'm actually getting a bit of signs of brightness though from the light though. If I'm having a good close-up on the characters, there we are. They look quite cool though. Of course, we've got Strawberry Shortcake in the middle, but if I'm going to have a chance of naming them. Okay, so the character though, on the right though, is Orange Blossom, and the other one there, right to where the flag is Lemon Meringue, that blondie. This one here, I can tell, that one there, that green one there, of course I think that's Lime Chiffon. Correct me if I'm wrong though, because hopefully I might do a very big vlog on the 21st of April, emphasising on that franchise, along with the other 4 franchises that I might put up on that big vlog. This Asian guy. Okay, this Asian girl there. Blueberry Muffin. I do know there's a YouTuber called Mark Santiago, who actually has done, how would you say it, a very cool, how would you say it, very weird shipping with Huckleberry Pie, and I'm sorry if I didn't put a picture of Huckleberry Pie. It would have been completely amazing if I added a picture of Huckleberry Pie. I'm very sorry I didn't have any time for that, so that was a bit of a disappointing move though for that. Mark Santiago, I'm sorry I didn't put a picture of Huckleberry Pie in it though, but nevertheless this is what I did. Of course, yes, I've done some very good elaborations on this artwork though, and the background itself is actually meant to represent the library. Oh my goodness me, I don't know what I'm saying here, eh? It actually is meant to represent the Library of Birmingham, so that might be a very good place for Lime Chiffon because she loves books. Strawberry Shortcake is pretty much, how would you say it? I know she's got a pet cat called Custard. Of course, this Strawberry Shortcake's pretty much, well, a fantastic baker. Orange Blossom, she's pretty much energetic, but yet again, as I can tell for such a character though, she pretty much runs her smoothie car, I believe, and she's also into sports as well. So, she's pretty much energetic. Lemon Meringue, oh my goodness me, what a character though in the show. By the way, whenever I think of Lemon Meringue, she's pretty much, well, just a girly girl, but in this version here, oh I gotta tell you what though guys, she's more of a tomboy. And she's also pretty much a very crazy maniac, because you know why? Lemon Meringue pretty much makes all kinds of weird and wacky gadgets and stuff, and other bloody inventions about to annihilate every berry. Of course, yes, as you can tell, Lime Chiffon's always interested into books and about being smart. And of course, there's Blueberry Muffin as a character, though. If I remember about her while watching the show, she pretty much has got a lot of wisdom, and she's pretty much gentle. Of course, yes, she's pretty much one of the softest of all characters of all time, though, Blueberry Muffin. And she's pretty much an arts and crafts person, just like I am, though. Not only for the fact she's Asian, just like I am, but she's also pretty much a person who likes arts and crafts. And also, she's pretty much a boho chick. How weird is that? Maybe she's a bit like a hippie, though. Maybe like a relaxed hippie, I guess. But there you go. It's an amazing picture, though. I actually did this at the centre. And it's quite a nice looking emphasis on the rest of the whole picture. It is just so cool. And I'm just so glad. And I've got to tell you what though. I bet you what, when how do you say it, a lot of kids are going to see this picture, children are going to be screaming at this though. They're going to love this. It's just beautiful. Even though it looks like something out of MS Paint, it is just amazing. I did this on a website called Tiny Pop, which is like some weird and wacky kids / preschool children's television program in the UK, and I actually did this. This is just an amazing picture though. Once again, like that Club Penguin book, it actually has the emphasis of what Birmingham actually looks like though. And Birmingham's pretty much the city on where I live. And I'm just so glad. And since this new show called, is literally called Strawberry Shortcake Berry in the Big City, I'm just so glad I just made the background just to give it a bit more of a city type environment by just having a very weird landmark of Birmingham, the Library of Birmingham. It is just amazing. And I'm just so glad we've got Blueberry Muffin on the further left. We've got Lime Chiffon right behind her. We've got Strawberry Shortcake in the middle. We've Custard the cat. And we've also got Orange Blossom on the 4th bay. And on the 5th bay, last but not least, Lemon Meringue. I bet you what. I got a funny feeling about Lemon Meringue. She's pretty much up to her usual crazy plans, if not mischievous plans, of making some of the world's weirdest and wackiest of all gadgets, ready to annihilate and obliterate the whole city. But anyways, I think that's going to be about it for this whole video on YouTube. So yes, it's been quite a complex video. So yes, what we did so far was that we had a look at some Easter 2022 themed items, but also this poster here of Strawberry Shortcake in the city, literally in the city of course, because that's what this environment's literally all about. You know, a show called Strawberry Shortcake being in a big city in a very random city environment, being Birmingham in the UK. That looks pretty cool, doesn't it? What a very nice replica, isn't it? And we also had a look at 2 Club Penguin themed books as well. That was a nice giveaway. Thank you very much, James, for giving it away to me though. And I bet you what, those books had a bit of love there as well. So yeah, I can't really fault everything at the moment in this whole video though, apart from the fact that when I was actually filming this whole, how would you say it, poster clip that there was in this video, yeah, I bet you what, the ceiling light, it just blocks the view though, so I'm very sorry about that. But nevertheless, if you really enjoyed this very, very crazy and bonus looking video, and also unexpected second video that I've just made for today, please give this video a like, subscribe for more flip-flop videos in the future, and as always, thank you so much for watching, thanks for your time, and bye for now.